G'day everyone, James here with JWN Lawn Care and Landscaping, bringing you another video.
Oh, good morning, guys. My throat's not working because it's still the morning. It's 9 a.m. It's kind of late morning, isn't it? But you know what? It's the weekend, so it's morning for me. I want to make this video. I think this is like the 7th attempt of making this video. Thought, you know what? This time, sitting out, fresh. Right, had a good night's sleep. Got my Milo. I did have my raisin toast. Fuck, this shit's so good. Apparently, can I just quickly say, apparently in the US they don't have Milo. I thought they had Milo in the US. I thought it was like everywhere because it's amazing. Apparently it's not. God, I really do sound terrible, don't I? But apparently it's not in America. So I was watching a video the other day of these chaps. It's a chocolate drink, basically, for you, those of you who don't know. It's like they say it's like helpful. It's probably not. It's like a bloody chocolate milkshake, but you know, supposedly, allegedly helpful, healthy, whatever the hell it is. I was watching a video the other day of these Americans trying Australian food, and they had like Vegemite and everything. Like Vegemite, okay, I get that because you know, it's an acquired taste. I think it's a bit like VB, another one of our infamous beers. It's just, it's got this taste that you really, if you're not brought up with it, although you shouldn't really be bringing your kids up on beer, I'm not saying that, but, you know, like, I was brought up on Vegemite, all my mates were brought up on Vegemite, but Vegemite is just an Australian thing, okay? It's very strong, it's very salty, it's very, yeah, but it's amazing, and so is Milo. Yet, these American blokes say they were trying Milo, thing in the glass, and they're like, oh, it tastes like water. Oh my god, what is this? This isn't very good. It's just hot water. I'm like, of course it's just hot water. You put fucking hot water in it, you pinhead. You're supposed to put milk. That is milk. Milk. Okay? On the side of the pack, it says milk. Right? Serve with warm or cold milk. Milk, not hot water. No, that's irrelevant. Oh, actually, no. It's not just yet. Problem number 2. They're like, oh, it's water. It's just doesn't taste chocolatey. No, you know what they did? They put like 2 little fucking teaspoons, like not even 2, like 1 little teaspoon in. Again, it says very clearly on the side of the tin. Put 3 heaped teaspoons. I've got 4 in here. Okay, because a little bit extra, but 3 heaped teaspoons for your nice chocolatey experience with Milo. And these, I don't even know what to call them, just dumbasses. They either put like 1 teaspoon in, or they put half the fucking tin in. Read the side of the can, bro. Read it. Anyhow, okay, now rant over. Attempt number 7, okay? Thank you. You should probably know what that means. Thank you for... because I'm supposed to be out here doing schoolwork before I go work. Ooh. I think I got some videos to see from... It's his turf. Awesome guy. Okay, right. Thank you for 519 subscribers. There it is, guys. Thank you. I know I haven't put out a video in ages. It's been 2 months, but thank you so much. It's only, you know, it's only going up from here, guys. I started this channel off as kind of a little thing, just sharing my thoughts on the side of what I do. Because, you know, I thought that'd be cool. Just get my name out there. Have some stuff to show potential clients or whatever. I never thought that 519 people would end up watching this little kid from Australia on the other side of the friggin' planet for most of you guys. Mow lawns. It's a bit crazy, really. But all the same, you know, that's what's happened. So, really, thank you all for watching. What's the plan from here, I guess, is the next part of that. You know, you're doing so well, what's your idea? Well, I mean, YouTube can keep growing as it wishes. Excuse me. YouTube can keep going. It can keep going up, hopefully. If it goes down, it goes down. If it goes up, it goes up. Whoop-de-doo. But my main focus is school at the moment, and from that, my business. So, hopefully, you know, yes, I will continue to grow. My only aim with this is to help other people. That's all I want to do with it. It's the only reason I started it, was so that, you know, what I'd learned from all the other greats, like, you know, Ray from Pit Water Mowing, Beach River Landscapes, all the guys, right? Top Notch, Brian's Lawn Maintenance, all those guys, everything I've learnt from them, I want to add my own little spin to, and then share. Probably more for the Australian market, because we do things a bit differently here. So taking what I've learnt from the American guys mainly, and make the Australian version of that. But yeah, I didn't think it would grow so much. All I want to do is be able to help people out. Look, I know I'm really busy with schoolwork at the moment, because I'm literally in like my last couple of months of year 12, and I'm into university or college next year. But look, anyone that's starting out, young or old, in the industry, especially in Australia, if you want help, tell me. Again, I'm not going to be able to, like, you know, spend hours every day or every week doing, you know, stuff for you, and, you know, helping you out all the time, because I do have a lot of schoolwork that I need to complete, and then plus my own business on the side. But if you do need some advice, need some pointers, need some help, tips on quoting or whatever, seriously, send me a message. I might not get back instantaneously, but I'll try my best. My phone number's up all over the net. I mean, preferably if we can stick away from that, because I already get a lot of customer stuff, so I kind of, even with my friends at school, I basically have none of my school friends' numbers, and even the ones that I do, I've got a bunch of them, but like we never text each other really. I've only got one friend who calls me. No, I've only really got one friend that, you know, I call on a regular basis, and the others I text back and forth a couple of times every now and then, but mostly it's all on social media that we communicate these days, which is good, because it means I can leave my phone, like my phone number, for personal and family stuff and business stuff, and social media, like, go for it, right? If you want to send me a message on my Instagram account, if you want to send me a message on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, Snapchat, I've got them all. Search my name up, search my business name up, you'll get me, right? And I'm more than happy to answer any questions anyone has, give help wherever I can. That's what I'm about, right? Because I know that I've probably pissed a whole bunch of other big guys off, constantly pestering them with questions when I was getting going. It's only made me a million times better for it, so I understand that I want to be able to do that for others as well, you know, pay it forward. So that's that. What's going to go on from next year. Well, that depends on how I go this year, isn't it? The plan is to get a cadetship with a subsidiary of Qantas, our national airline, called Jetstar. They're kind of a low-cost subsidiary, and they do a cadetship program. I think it's the fastest, most effective route you can take in Australia to get from high school to airline. It's an 18-month course. It's very intensive. It's like really full on bang, 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 bang. But by the end of it, you get a commercial pilot's license. You get all your air transport pilot license subjects done, which it's a whole bunch of other paraphernalia you get, and you get your type rating for the Airbus A320 or Boeing 787 Dreamliner. And pretty much from there, because we're facing a massive pilot shortage at the moment, it's a really good time for me, because all the older pilots, they're in senior like captain's roles, are retiring now, so they're moving everyone up. So I think they're needing 20-something thousand new pilots in the next 10 years or something across the world. So it's a lot of demand. And so basically nothing is guaranteed in aviation, okay? There's only really one or two cadetships that say they guarantee you a job at the end of it. But the general consensus is basically everyone who's in it gets a job, even though it's not guaranteed on paper, right? Because they need pilots. So you have the option of either going first officer, so co-pilot, on the Airbus A320, which is your little nice small kind of domestic airliner. You've probably all been on them plenty of times. A lot of airlines around the world run them. Or second officer, so like relief pilot, on the Boeing 787, which is a bigger jet and does more kind of short to mid length international routes. So those are my two options. You get frozen into whichever one you choose for 3 years, and then you can do whatever. So for me, I'm probably going to, again, this is all dependent on if they even run the course, because there's a whole shake-up at Qantas at the moment, starting their own training program in Toowoomba, a bit up north. And there's, if I even get in, but the consensus is if I do, right? We're assuming that I do. I'll go first officer on the Airbus A320, because that will, number one, allow me to at least stay in a major city. Because if you go some regional airlines, you get posted off to whoop whoop wherever, out in the middle of nowhere. But at least with the A320, most of Jetstar's operations are, intercity. They're major cities. So I'd have a likelihood of staying in Melbourne, because they do have a large base here. But worst comes to worst, even if I was posted off somewhere else, at least I'd only really be posted off to like Sydney or Adelaide or, somewhere like that. So I'm still in a major city with plenty of amenities and all that sort of stuff. Because it can get pretty tough for pilots being posted out in the outback. The rent's, not that good, the pay's not that good, and it's a struggle. I could do second officer on the 7-8. A number of guys I know have done that, for the primary reason that it's the bigger plane. And like, oh yeah, just want to get on the big plane. But the problem with second officer is, a little bit of aviation knowledge for you all, the second officer is only used on flights over 9 hours normally, because they're, I think it's over 9 hours, because that's the duty time for pilots. They can only do 9 hours worth of flying at one time. And so second officer is basically just the actual pilot and co-pilot take the plane up, and then they go off to bed or wherever, and then the second officers come in and take their spot. Excuse me. During the cruise. And they just sit there and do nothing, basically. Except, like, change radio frequencies and push a couple of buttons every now and then, and sit and look out the window. And then when, they're getting close to the destination, the captain and first officer come back and they take their spots again, and then they land the plane. So, The problem with second officer is, like with first officer in this program, you're still frozen in it for 3 years, but you don't get any hands-on flying experience, really, because you're not allowed to do any takeoffs or landings, which is stupid. Because what a lot of second officers find is when they come back from that 3 years, what they do at Jetstar, and one of the guys I know is doing it now, after their 3 years, they then go to A320 first officer, and then they go A320 captain, I think, and then 787 first officer, and then 787 captain. So there's a lot of all through the airline industry. It's ridiculous. But that's why I don't want to become a second officer, because a lot of them, when they come back from their 3 years, they've basically forgotten how to fly, because they're not actually doing any physical flying of the aircraft. The autopilot does it all for them. So, yeah, and from there, do a few years in Jetstar, and then go into Qantas mainline, because they've made it a lot easier these days to move from one to the other. So you can now move right through the Qantas group. You can go, from Qantas to Qantas Link, or Qantas to Jetstar, or Qantas to Qantas Freight, or Jetstar to Qantas, or Jetstar to Qantas Link. They're all part of the group, so you can move around. Sorry. So yeah, aim is to get up to the A380 at Qantas. That's a very far-fetched call, because they're going to stop producing them soon, and then they're going to be retiring them not long after, but that's the dream, okay? It's alright to have a dream. I know it probably won't come true, but that's the dream. So that's me. Now, with all that, a lot of you will probably be going, oh, what's going to happen to the business? The business is going to stay. At the end of this year, I'm going to be ramping it right up. We're going to be making some new purchases. Yep. And we are going to be taking on some staff. And what I'm going to be doing is splitting JWN Lawn Care and Landscaping into the JWN group. And then from there, I'm going to have sub-businesses: JWN Lawn Care, JWN Landscaping, JWN Tree Care, JWN Cleaning, JWN, you get the point. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to, hopefully by the end of next year, I'm going to have 3 crews. I'm hoping, if I can hustle away and get it going. So 1 lawn, 1 landscape, and 1 tree. Because I'm really liking the tree idea. I've got a couple of other tree quotes to do at the moment, actually. So I want to get into that scene, because that's really well paying. It's really fun, and it's a good industry where a lot of places around here are, they're getting smaller and smaller blocks, and we're putting more houses on a block. So there's not as much lawn to mow. At least landscaping and tree removals are still sort of relevant, even in a day and age here where lawn mowing is becoming less and less prominent, which is why I actually got my trailer from the guy I got it from, because out where he is, in this new suburb they're doing, out near the airport, there's basically, it's like 500 square blocks, right? They're tiny, and they've just got like a single house on it, and a little bit of like pebbles and a couple of little plants at the front, and that's it. There's like no lawn. So he sold his trailer, and he's going into the landscaping scene, because there's just no money in lawn mowing there. There was he had a 36-inch Ferris, but there was nothing for him to mow with it, so he sold it. But yeah, that's me. So the business is going to still keep going ahead. I'm aiming to have it so that I can just let it run. So I'm going to probably have 3 people on the lawn crew, 4 on the landscape, and 3 or 4 on the tree crew, plus another 2 admin, probably to start off with. So we'll have a bunch of people, right? And far out. I don't know what this is, a cough. But the aim is to have it be able to run itself. And me, I can go off and do my flying, I can do my own thing, come back, work with the guys where I want to, but they're not relying on me. That's the aim. Because, if I end up doing Qantas's new pilot training program, that's in Toowoomba in Queensland, and I basically have to live up there for a whole year. These courses are basically full-time, and my job will be pretty much full-time too, so I don't have as much time for it anymore as much as I love it. That's what's happening with me. Tell me what you think. And thank you again for 500 subs. It means a lot to me. I'm going to try and see if I can do a giveaway or something. I have to get some stuff organised for that. In the meantime, have a great day, everyone. And I'm going to make another video probably in a moment, which you'll see come up soon after. Yeah. Have a good one. Cheers, guys.